Look at a map. Now imagine that this map can kill people, because throughout history, maps have sent armies to war, collapsed empires, and shaped the fate of entire civilizations. Geopolitics is not just about borders, flags, or military power. It is about how power is imagined, justified, and exercised over space. Some believe geography is destiny. Others argue that ideas, narratives, and technology matter more than mountains or seas. Today, power no longer flows only through territory, but through data, networks, algorithms, and even outer space. In this series, we will answer one fundamental question. How does power really work in world politics? This is a strategic geopolitics series. We will begin with classical geopolitics, examining the roles of land, sea, air, and empire. Then we will move to critical geopolitics, exploring how ideas, identity, and discourse shape global power. Finally, we will delve into new geopolitics, considering the impact of technology, climate, space, and artificial intelligence. Our goal is not to tell you what to think, but to give you the tools to think geopolitically. If you understand these theories, you will read wars differently. You will understand foreign policy beyond the headlines, and you will see patterns where others perceive only chaos. Every major global conflict can be explained geopolitically. Why did World War II happen? Why was the Cold War global? Why is Ukraine not just about Ukraine? Why does the Middle East never truly stabilize? Why is the Arctic suddenly important? Why are data cables and satellites now considered strategic assets? The answer lies in the spatial nature of power. Geopolitics explains why some regions are always contested. It clarifies why some states expand and others collapse, and why alliances form and then break apart. Without geopolitics, international politics often looks random. With geopolitics, clear patterns begin to emerge. Classical geopolitics starts with a simple assumption. Geography both constrains and enables power. Mountains protect, while seas connect. Plains often invite invasion, and choke points can create empires. Early geopolitical thinkers believed that control of land, sea, or air determined global power. They saw states behaving like organisms, constantly seeking survival and expansion. These ideas profoundly shaped imperialism, world wars, and Cold War strategy. Although many consider classical geopolitics outdated, every modern conflict still reflects its underlying logic. The physical world remains a fundamental stage for power struggles. After the Cold War, a crucial question emerged. If geopolitics is so scientific, why do different countries see the same map so differently? Critical geopolitics argues that geopolitics is not neutral. Maps themselves are political constructs. Language can create enemies, and narratives often justify violence. Power is not only about tanks and missiles. It is about who defines threats, who controls meaning, and who tells the dominant story. Media, education, culture, and ideology all profoundly shape how geopolitics is understood and enacted. Today, geopolitics has entered an entirely new phase. Power now flows through financial systems, complex supply chains, and vast digital platforms. It operates in cyberspace, through satellites, and increasingly via artificial intelligence. Borders still matter, but they are no longer sufficient to contain or define power. A state can be sanctioned without war, paralyzed through cyber attacks, influenced through narratives, or controlled through technology. This represents a new form of geopolitics, one that can exert immense power without physical occupation. The battleground has expanded far beyond traditional territories. By the end of this series, you will understand why geography still matters, but not in isolation. You will grasp how ideas can become potent weapons. You will see how technology fundamentally reshapes the landscape of power. You will also recognize why future conflicts may never be formally declared as wars. You will no longer simply ask, "What happened?" Instead, you will ask, "What logic is truly at work here?" This shift in perspective is crucial for navigating our complex world. Geopolitics is not about predicting the future with certainty. It is about understanding the fundamental constraints, incentives, and power structures that drive global events. If you understand geopolitics, you don't panic when crises happen. Instead, you analyze them with a deeper, more informed perspective. Welcome to the series. In the next episode, we will begin with the oldest and most controversial idea of all. Is geography destiny?